Duke Energy and Progress Energy merged. And apparently in this merger, they decided they were going to get rid of the Duke Energy CEO, Bill Johnson. Now, the thing is, in order for all of it to be legal, he came on board, and then they fired him within a day. Now, that's a tough break for Bill Johnson. God, let go, maybe he lost the power struggle. You know what might make him feel a little bit better? The fact that his exit package is $44.4 million. Now, that's not for work he's done in the past. He already got millions upon millions of dollars for that. That's just for the 1 day of work he did for the new company after the merger. They did a calculation of this. That comes out to, if he worked an 8-hour day, we're a little skeptical about that, but if he did, $5.5 million an hour. Okay? And these are the same energy companies, by the way, when there's a storm and the power gets knocked out, they're like, well, there's nothing we can do. Well, of course there's nothing you can do. You just gave $44 million to a guy who you basically ousted for 1 day of work. Because you see, when it comes to your pension, they never have the money, right? When it comes to the CEOs, they should get everything. If they stay, they get everything. If they leave, they get even more. They do a good job, forget about it. They're going to get a ton of money. They do a bad job or they get fired, they're going to get a tremendous amount of money anyway. Why? The system's rigged in their favor. You know how much the average CEO now gets paid more than the average worker? 380 times more. Now look, we know the CEO is going to get paid more than the average worker. Everybody knows that. But it used to be in the ballpark of about 40 to 1, which is pretty high. Now it's 380 to 1. Remember, these aren't even entrepreneurs. This isn't Bill Gates. This is just a manager. This is just a guy who happened to get in a situation where he controls the purse strings on who donates to the politicians, which set the rules in favor of the executives. So this guy, I mean, if I got a manager and he's making 380 times more than my average worker, Jesus, what the hell is he doing? Now you might say, well, look, that's just the way things have always been. But as I told you, it's not. In fact, do you know that over the last 30 years, CEO pay has grown 127 times faster than the average worker's pay? 127 times faster than your pay. Now, gee, I wonder why that happened. Is that just a coincidence? Is it because the economy is doing so great? No, but it's not. The economy's in tatters. We've destroyed our middle class. We've destroyed the jobs. It's not because they're so successful. It's not because that's the nature of things. It's because they've captured the government and set the rules to their advantage. That's how it works. Now, they did this great little comparison, by the way, to give you a sense, and this is unrelated. It's hashtag 99 Uniting and hashtag Raise the Minimum Wage that did this. I don't know who's behind it, to be honest. I don't know anything about those groups, but I love this little data point that they gave. How much does it take to buy a gallon of milk for the guy earning minimum wage, the median wage earner, and the CEO guy, okay, on average? The guy making minimum wage takes half an hour to be able to get enough money to buy a gallon of milk for his family so they could eat cereal, yada, yada, give it to the kids. You understand how milk works. Well, if you're a median wage earner, it takes you 13 minutes. If you're a CEO, it takes you 0.01 seconds. Okay. Now, look, again, if we had a fair system and the CEO gets paid more than the average guy, of course he does, right? And he makes a lot of money and it doesn't take very long for him to get to buy milk, okay, no problem. But we don't have a fair system. These CEOs have all the tax breaks to their advantage. That's why Mitt Romney pays about 14% in taxes, and that's just on the best year for him, politically speaking, that he released. The most favorable numbers he had was that 1 year he paid as high as 14% in taxes. That's less than the average guy. Okay? Why? Because he rigged the rules in his favor. So it's one thing for him to be rich, it's another thing to rig the rules. It's not just tax cuts, of course, it's the deregulation, it's the hiding your money in the Bermuda and the Cayman Islands and the Switzerland bank accounts, et cetera, and it's saying things like, hey, you know what? Basically, the CEO gets to pick their board and they don't have to listen to their shareholders. These are things that the Republicans actually fought for. The shareholders own the company, but that's inconvenient because a lot of the shareholders are pension funds and average guys that have pooled their money together. They don't want those guys to have power. They want to crush those guys. So what do they say? Oh, shareholders that own the company? Yeah, you don't own anything. No, that's it. You have no power whatsoever. The guy, the executive that's giving me the political donations, he has all the power. So, gee, I wonder why his income rate, went up 127 times as fast as yours did over the last 30 years. Because he bought the guy making the rules and making the laws. And that's how it works.